Ladies and gentlemen, we have finally arrived at the precipice of all things. We are here, guys. We are at the finale of the Revelation series, y'all. This has been a long time coming. I'm not going to lie to you. I must say I have thoroughly enjoyed my time doing this. This has been a blast reacting to this. It's been amazing the feedback you guys have given me in terms of your comments, your likes, your views. I very much appreciate it, guys. I really fucking do. Yeah, I really do. You know, I appreciate that. Thank you. But this is it, guys. This is the finale. This is the one. This is what we've been waiting on. I pulled a mapper. I said I was just going to throw a part 3 out there with just boom, it's there. And we here. So, guys, we going to go ahead and react to this last little bit of this. Once again, shout out to Odin for putting this video together. Shout out for the great content that this video has provided. It's very good stuff. Shout out to the originator of the video that Odin got it from, Saintitchief. Appreciate the debate that you had with the Ender Defender Sash. Shout out to you, Sash, for you having the fortitude to continue to push forward with your ideas in regards to why you believe that the ending was the way it was and then why you enjoyed the ending. Again, these were his takes on it. This is what he is. I'm not going to bash him and just be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Fuck what you're saying. I want to listen to what you're saying. I'm not going to say fuck what you're saying. I'm going to listen to what you're saying. If I disagree with your takes and your ideas, then this is where this is coming from. This is where this reaction is coming from. If some of those takes and our ideas are very far-fetched, I'm going to say that. It is what it is. But by no means, you know what I'm saying, am I going to just say fuck your ideas and fuck what you're saying. It doesn't matter, you're wrong. I'm not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. These are his takes. So, without further ado, guys, we're going to get right back into it. We're going to pick up right where we left off. And where we left off was the take in which Sash gave and broke down, stating that the pigs being freed by Ymir was based off of Eren's influence. However, Odin quickly corrected that with a straight fact and saying even before she even freed the pigs, Titans didn't even fucking exist. So there was no way that his influence dictated her to free the pigs when he didn't exist, Titans didn't exist, nor did the paths exist at that time. So it is what it is. Sorry, that take was far-fetched, as was said, as I said. But we're gonna keep up right. We're gonna pick up right back there, and we're just gonna roll with it, and we're just gonna keep going, guys. We're gonna react to this thing, and we're just gonna keep it rocking, man. Again, appreciate you guys. Appreciate the comments. Appreciate the likes. Appreciate the follows. Appreciate the subs. All that stuff, guys. Let's get fucking into it. Let's start it. Here is the revelation, the finale. Let's go.
The reason why Eren didn't free the pigs is because Eren has the power to change or manipulate time through the Attack Titan's power. We know that he was manipulating Attack Titans throughout history, right? Mm-hmm. When Ymir frees the pigs, Titans aren't even created yet. Ymir freed the pigs before she got into the tree. Yep. So how was Eren influencing or controlling Ymir to free the pigs? Like, what's the reason for Eren doing that? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Paths is not even created yet when Ymir freed the pigs. And like, what is Sash trying to say with Ymir? Like, he's deliberately taking away a big part or like a big moment of her character, right? Where she wanted freedom, which is why she freed the pigs. Right. Eren freeing the pigs doesn't even add anything to his character, and he's taking away a big moment of Ymir's character. If Sash really believes that, then he has to 1000% believe that Eren controls Grisha to go see the blimp. Sash has to believe that 1000%. If he actually believes Eren freed the pigs, Sash has to believe that Eren controlled Grisha to go see the blimp. If Sash believes that, then Eren knowingly got his own aunt killed. Like, really, if Sash believes that, then he has to admit that Eren knowingly got his aunt killed by making Grisha take her to go see the blimp. And like one of the
That's true. That's true. If we're gonna again, we have to take. That's why it's very, very important, guys. Again, as I've said before, and I'll say it again. That's why context matters. If you're going to spew an idea out, you have to extrapolate that idea over the multitude of the story itself for it to make sense, right? So if you truly believe from the beginning that Eren's influence was so powerful that it influenced Ymir to free the pigs when he didn't exist, Titans didn't exist, nor did paths exist, that means that Eren's influence had to influence Grisha to take his aunt to the blimp for her to get eaten and ripped apart by dogs. You have to do that. So everything, if your concept is that Attack on Titan is Eren is Attack on Titan, Eren did everything, then that means that he did it all still at the end result. He did it all for nothing because they still everybody still Paradise still died, still got destroyed. So it doesn't matter. But again, excuse me, he extrapolated. Odin just extrapolated that your entire idea of his influence. You have to put that over everything, on top of everything. So that's what you have to believe. You have to believe that. You have to. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. He's absolutely right. You have to believe that.
The biggest things about Grisha's character, which Eren himself says, is like Grisha started the story. Not literally, right? He's not the main character, but his influence on Zeke's character and Eren's character. Grisha started that. Kruger tells him that, and Eren tells him that. And I'm going to be using Sash's own evidence against him. If Eren really freed the pigs, and Eren is really the entire story of Attack on Titan, like he did everything, then why is Eren asking, I wonder where it all happened? Is it back here, where I woke up with Mikasa on the tree? Is it when I presumably freed the pigs by controlling Ymir? Is it this moment with Grisha, where I was controlling him? I don't know. Or is it this moment where I kissed Historia's hand? Sash, are you telling me that Eren doesn't even know when he started the story of Attack on Titan?
He does.
What is it, Sash? You're telling me that Eren did everything. Eren did everything. So then why is he asking, when did the story start? Shouldn't it be, oh, this is where the story started, and it should just be a panel of pigs? Shouldn't it be that, Sash? Oh my god.
Straight, I mean, as they say, man, straight facts, man. Straight facts. You can't deny what he's saying. You really can't deny what he's saying. If he indeed started the story, if he indeed was the proprietor and the manipulator, excuse me, and the sole person who started the story, then he should know when the story started. He shouldn't be asking that. He shouldn't be talking within himself asking when it started or when it all started. He should know. Because if I influenced everybody from Kruger to Ymir to Grisha, if I influenced everybody to make these particular decisions, then at that point I know exactly when it started. I know it started when I made the choice to influence these motherfuckers. Right? Come on, man.
I'm telling you, not even his own people believe that. 1000%. I bet when they heard Sash say that Eren freed the pigs, I bet they were just as shocked as we were. Wow. Mm-hmm. And then Saint and Sash argue about how Ymir jumped in front of the spear and what it meant. Now, Saint has the correct view of this. He says that the reason Ymir jumped in front of the spear and didn't regenerate is because she was miserable in her life right alongside King Fritz. She wanted to be free of him. She wanted to escape him. So she deliberately chose to die by not regenerating.
When you read 122, how did this make sense?
Okay, so what I thought was that she wanted to escape, but she couldn't. That's what I thought.
So why didn't she regenerate?
Because she wanted to escape him, but she couldn't. She wanted
Then
to
why
escape him.
couldn't she?
No, she wanted to escape him.
Why couldn't
she died.
Why couldn't she?
Let me tell you, she wanted to escape him, and she died.
Mm-hmm.
But for some reason, Sash doesn't agree with that.
All right, so and he keeps asking this stupid ass things. Why couldn't she? Why couldn't she? So I guess he's determined. I guess his question is relating to why couldn't she escape? And the reason, again, we're basing our take on what was presented to us via the pages, right? And what was presented to us via the pages was a young girl who only knew captivity at an early age. She knew captivity, and that was the thing. That's all she fucking knew, right? So, since that's the case, she still had that mentality. She still had that whole servant mentality. However, she wanted to escape. She wanted to get the fuck out of there. So, by that standard, yes, I think that she jumped in front of him. I personally believe, this is me now, this is my opinion. I think she jumped in front of him because of that slave mentality that was driving her to still be a protectorate of sorts. And I think what it did was drove her to jump in front of the spear and to protect him. Still, to that degree, because of the simple fact that's what he used her for all these years, as a driver to expand the empire, if you will, right? And so my take on that is that she basically jumped in front of the spear because, again, she was still driven by that mentality of, oh, I have to be here to do this and that. But when she got stabbed and shit, and he started still talking that shit to her, like, man, what the fuck are you doing? Get up. There's no way this killed you. I think she went ahead and just said, fuck it. This is my way of relief. This is my way to get out of here. This is my way of leaving. Fuck all of this. I'm out. However, she woke up in paths, and by her waking up in the paths, I think that her slave mentality of protecting and serving created that realm for her. I think that's what it was. This is me. I think it created that way. And then at that point, she was like, well, fuck it. I'm going to be enslaved forever. Fuck this shit. Oh, well, I might as well go ahead and do it. And so that's when she started building the Titans and doing all this and blah, 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 because her mindset was so broken in a sense to where she felt the need that she had to still serve this man even after she passed on. That's what I think. I think her mind was so powerful that it created that realm of serving because she still served in that realm, right? But she thought, oh shit, boom, I got hit, boom, I'm dead, I'm gone. But then she woke up and she looked surprised that she was in there. And so she was like, man, hey, look, whatever. She still had that mentality that I can't escape. That's what it was. I can't fucking escape. I can't do this. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like any situation you can relate it to in your own life. Sometimes something happens to where it feels like, goddamn, I just can't get away from this. It's always something, right? It's always got to be something. Goddamn, fuck it. So what you start doing, instead of fighting against it, you just went ahead, you just go with it. To say, oh, well, ain't nothing much I can do. And I think that's what happened with her. I think for her trying to fight against it for so long, she jumped in front of him more instinctively, right? But when she got stabbed, she was like, oh shit, man, I can go ahead, man. This is it for me. I'm fading away. See ya, adios. Holla at y'all. She woke up because, again, her mental state was so powerful in a sense to where she created her own prison in her mind. And I think Paths is kind of correlating with that. I think they work in tandem in terms of, like, you know, that's her prison. Paths is her prison, right? So I think her mind created that world, created the world outside of this one, right? Because, again, there's no time there. No time, no space, no nothing. It was her creation. But her creation that was created based off of her mental state of brokenness, of just wanting to be a server, for that's what she wanted to be, a slave, a server, right? That's what I think. That's my belief. I don't think that, you know, it was just some place that just magically appeared. I think that's all in correlation to her mind and her mental state. And I think, again, with her being as powerful as she was, right, she created that place unknowingly, right? That's what I believe. I think she created that place unknowingly, hence her having much of kind of like a surprise look. It was more so a surprise look in the anime. Maybe not the manga so much, but she kind of looked surprised, like, oh, what the fuck is this place? Right? Standing in front of the tree. And so then she started to realize what it was. And so instead of her fighting against it, she just said, fuck it. That's why she kept serving for 2,000 plus years. Because she just said, fuck it. But then at that point, when it came to be, when Eren showed up there, Eren showed her that there's another way. There's another route. It's your choice. You can do whatever the fuck you're not a god. You're just a human. You have the choice. You can either stay here and die here and stay here forever, or you can lend me your powers and I can end this shit for you. You know what I'm saying? It all makes sense, right? That's me. That's my take. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Y'all at this point in time of the video, y'all can comment down below. Let me know what y'all think. Tell me if my point is asinine. Tell me if my point doesn't make sense. But that's what I think. I think her mind in her slave state mentality, I think that she created paths as unknowingly, right? That's why she was more so surprised at her being there. That's what I believe.
He says, no. It's not that Ymir chose to die. It's just that she didn't have the will to regenerate. And he says those are two completely different things. The will to regenerate is completely different from choosing to die by not regenerating.
No, when she died, she chose to die.
She didn't have the will to regenerate anymore.
She chose to die.
She didn't have the will to regenerate anymore.
Which is saying she chose to die.
Choosing is such a weird word for this. She could not regenerate.
Guys, again, I don't know. Cognitive
Did I just hear that right, or am I tripping? Did I hear that right, or am I tripping? Somebody let me know, because I don't know if I heard that right. Did this man actually say that she did not have the will to regenerate? And Sash said, oh, and Saint said, oh, yeah, because she chose to die. She chose to just say, fuck it, I'm out. And he's like, well, choose is what do you mean choose? Will and choice is one and the same. That's what it is. Will and choice is one and the same, brother. What is he on? Was he smoking, or like was he on something when he decided to talk with Saint or something? Can't be. That can't be what I just heard. That this man literally said she didn't have the will to regenerate. Saint, that's putting it bluntly and putting it in layman's terms. Yeah, she chose to die. She chose to say she made her choice of saying, you know what? I don't want to regenerate. I don't have the energy enough in me to regenerate. I'm just gonna end it all. But that's choosing death. You chose another option. Instead of regenerating, you chose the other option, which is death. So you didn't have the will to live. You decided to end it. Is he okay? Is he fine? Is something wrong with this man? Like seriously, like is something wrong? Like somebody tell me before I continue this video. Because I don't want to be, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't. Okay.
Dissonance is strong with this one. The mental gymnastics is crazy. And it's funny because Saint is saying, so she chose to die. And he says it over and over again. And Sash says, well, choose is a weird word. Like how? What other interpretation do you have of her not regenerating?
Let me read this. Alright, it says to Sash. Titan shifters' ability to regenerate is influenced by their will to live. Ymir was stabbed in her upper chest. They didn't say upper chest / shoulder. She could have easily regenerated, yet she decided to live. She decided to die. She chose to die because of how miserable her life was. Yeah.
Like Sash, tell us, what does it mean for her to not have the will to regenerate anymore? Why is it so hard for you to say, you know what? She didn't regenerate anymore because she chose to die.
But see, this goes into my point that I made in the last video. nobody wants to admit when they're wrong. Like, people have a very hard time with admitting, like, oh shit, admitting defeat. Saying, damn, okay, you got me. That's a valid point. You're right. That's a very valid point. People, for some reason, humans for some reason have a hard time with that. I personally don't know why. Me personally, I can take if I'm wrong. If I have a bad take on something and I say, hey, look, you know what I'm saying, this is that, blah, 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 and it's a bad take, and somebody's like, man, no, that's not what that is, whatever, yada, yada. And I'm like, okay, cool. I can live with that. I can take it on the chin and be like, okay, my bad. That's on me. But for some reason, a lot of people can't do that. And this is quite evident in this particular video, that is showing that people don't have the will, right, to admit when they're wrong and say, you know what, that's my fault. You both you're saying one thing, Saint is saying another thing, but it literally equals the same thing, right? It's just like 2 + 2 is 4, right? We know that. 2 + 2 is 4. However, 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 also equals 4. 2 - 4 also 4 8 - 4 equals 4, right? So there are other ways to get to a specific answer, which you all are doing. There are other ways to go about it, but you're still coming to the same conclusion. Will and choice are within a work in tandem. They are of the same thing. They are of the same thing, if you will. So I don't understand why that concept is over and not over his head, and he's not understanding or grasping the concept of that. I don't get that.
Why is it so hard for you to say that? But ladies and gentlemen, don't worry. He literally retcons himself by saying later on that, yes, Ymir in this moment, when she doesn't want to regenerate, she lost the will to live.
She appreciated her life.
No, when she gets hit by the spear, because we know for her to have regenerated, for the king to know she regenerates, she must have regenerated before. Yeah?
Right. Probably.
So in that specific moment, we see her look up at the king, his face, stoic face, and that's it. She loses it. It's been a certain amount of time.
Okay.
Agony builds up over time. This is not new concept. And then she loses the will to live.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So there's another example that I give upon the several examples that I already gave of
Good catch. Good catch, Odin.
Saying one thing and then later on saying the complete opposite. And
it's a good take. That's a good take. Oh, Odin. Again, Odin, you should be an investigator, goddamn. Odin, CIA in this motherfucker. He like, oh, no, that's not what you said. You said it on this one. He know. He fucking knows. But that's a damn good take. That's a damn good take. Because once again, you contradicted yourself. That's what I'm saying. Like, again, going to the same point. When it comes to those, as I said before in the previous video, when it comes to those of us who did not like the ending, we are all on the same page. We don't like the ending because of this. And we stick to it, and that's what it is. This is the reason as to why we don't like this motherfucker. Right? When it comes to ending defenders, they change up so much, as I said, where you can't even have a conversation with them. Like, you can't even have a productive conversation, dialogue with them, because it's just like they're all over the place. It's like, hey, this happened because of this, and then in the next sentence, in the next breath, you're changing. You change that reasoning, and then it's like, but you just said that this was that. So, you know what I mean? Whereas we'll be like, man, we didn't like it because Eren changed up. His attitude changed up. They're like, no, his attitude was changed. No, it didn't. It changed. It changed. I can honestly say this. I honestly believe that people who dislike the ending, we didn't care that Eren died. It had nothing to do with Eren dying. Our problem is that Eren did not remain a consistent character. That was our biggest problem. Our biggest problem was the fact that there was no consistency in the end, at the very end of his character, right? People can say what they want to say, but that biggest thing, man, that whole little Mikasa thing where he was laying down after Armin punched him, that was not consistent with what we saw. We did not see Eren and Mikasa in love. Like, we didn't see that. We didn't see him, fawning over her and being like, man, I really do miss Mikasa, man. I wish Mikasa was here. You know what I'm saying? We never saw that. So the fact that all of a sudden this is the thing talking about something, I don't want her to be with another man and yada yada. We're like, where the fuck is that? I mean, hell, he instinctively drew it in the fucking 139 with Armin's expression. Armin's expression was everybody's fucking expression when they read that. Like, what the fuck? What is this coming from? What the fuck are you talking about? Because we never saw that. And that's what I'm saying. It's inconsistent with his character, right? And also, it was inconsistent with his character right before he was putting the boulder in season 1, in the first part of the chapter, when he was on top of the wall with Pixis. They mentioned that whole little scenario of, if there was a great evil upon the world, we would all come together to fight that. He said that was stupid. Eren even said that was dumb. He said that's dumb. You know what I'm saying? and that's what it was. But you went against your own thinking of saying that that's stupid. But he did it anyway. He went against it. So it's like, bro, like that's why we hated it. That was the reason why. Because again, there are other concepts as to why we didn't like it, but these are all the concepts as the reason why we didn't like it remain consistent. Whereas ending defenders' reasonings for liking it and trying to justify it are so over the place. So I've talked enough. Apologies, Odin. Continue.
And it's funny because he doesn't realize this. That's the funniest part. At no point does he go, oh, you know what? You're kind of right. You kind of like changed my mind, changed my view, changed my perspective. I see where you're coming from. No, he's just literally like right on the spot, changing his takes. And I don't think he realizes that, which is the funniest part. Yeah. And then we have Sash with another blunder that could be explained by evidence directly from the story of Attack on Titan.
Sure.
So it just kind of connects to the whole Sash trying to say that Eren is the main story. Everything that happened is because Eren did it. So saying is like, wait, how could Eren be doing everything when Ymir literally sent a message to Eren? How is it all Eren if that happened? And then Sash responds with, well, why don't you see that as Eren sending messages to himself? And it's like, Sash, why would you say that? Like, why would that be your take? Why?
So therefore, she sent him a message. She sent him something.
Why didn't you view it as Eren sending something?
What?
Why didn't you view it as Eren?
Eren literally says or asks her, because there's a question mark, chapter 122, where you're the one that let me hear. Sash, if Eren sent messages to himself, why would he be asking Ymir this? Sash, please, give me an answer. Give us an answer. According to you, Eren did everything in Attack on Titan. He even sent messages to himself. So why is Eren, in this moment, saying this or asking Ymir this? How does that make sense? Well, that's the thing. It doesn't make sense. And then we get to the part where Sash literally, like, gaslights and, I mean, just blatantly lies to Saint. So... So it's really funny because he says that the Dina twist is perfect. Yes, he really says that. He says that Eren killing his own mother is perfect.
You guys were talking about the Dina thing.
What Dina thing?
Him moving Dina away from Berthold.
Huh?
Him moving Dina away from Berthold.
Yeah.
Do you want me to? Are you willing to hear me out on why that's actually like really, really perfect and really good?
Go for it. Let's hear it.
And his reasoning for that is because if Eren didn't change Dina's direction, then she would have aided Berthold, and that just would have created a cascade of different possibilities. Because Sash says that if Dina would have aided Berthold, then Annie and Reiner would have gotten Dina, which would have been totally different and would have created totally different things than what happened in, I guess, the real timeline or original timeline.
Yeah, because if say for example, she eats Berthold, Reiner and Annie stop the mission. They go back to Mali.
Perfect.
They go back to Mali.
Uh-huh.
Done. Damn. Mali have a founding titan. Not in Final Titan. They have a Titan of royal blood,
They wouldn't have.
and they know they have a Titan of royal blood.
They wouldn't have taken Dina.
Yes, they would have. They're already about to stop it before, just because Marcel died.
Yeah, but how could they have taken Dina with all those Titans coming?
Because they would have grabbed her and run instead of carried on the mission.
But it seems like Sash didn't read the manga, which is typical of any defenders. It seems that Sash only watched the anime, and and I don't blame him for just being straight up wrong on this specific topic, because the anime skipped all of this. And I know Sash didn't read the manga, so Sash.
Because I will say this. Like, in my opinion, I think that the whole Dina thing was stupid. I truly agree with that, because in my opinion, one of the greatest scenes was when Eren confronted Reiner about it. Like, why would you be confronting Reiner? That's why that didn't make sense too. That was a big take of mine that I really fucking despise. Why in the fuck are you having a conversation with Reiner about why he killed your mom when you know damn well you were the reason you killed your mom? That's fucking dumb. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I'm like, bro, that's so stupid, bro. That makes no sense. You had a whole conversation with Reiner about the reason why was my mama killed? Because we had to do a mission. What was your mission? You know what I'm saying? You had that cool ass breakdown, having this dude grovel before you, and you like just staring at him. Like, he's scared as a motherfucker. And then you go and reveal, oh, well, I was the one who killed my mama. What? Dumb. Stupid. Idiotic writing. It was dumb. Anyway, this part, because to me, I've watched the anime up to the point of, the sea, right? When he was at sea season 3. And then after that, I read the manga and completed the manga. So this might be new info. So I'm ready to be enlightened.
If you just admit that you only watched the anime, just say that and I'll give you some leeway. But for now, I won't. So Sash says that if Dina eats Bear Hole, Reiner and Annie will be able to walk all the way back to Marley. It literally shows Annie, Reiner, and Bear Hole running up to the wall so they could do their whole plan. And it literally shows Annie running out of breath. She's tired. She doesn't have any energy anymore. So there's no way for Annie to run all the way back to Marley. That's just not possible right now. At this very moment, that's just not possible. And then Saint brings up a good point. Oh, but there were so many Titans around them. Wouldn't they have stopped them? And Sash just brushes that off. He's like, no. They still would have made it to Marley. They still would have ran back to Marley.
They wouldn't have.
And they know they have a Titan.
They wouldn't have taken Dina.
Yes, they would have. They're already about to stop it before, just because Marcel died.
Yeah, but how could they have taken Dina with all those Titans coming?
Because they would have grabbed her and run instead of carried on the mission.
When it literally shows us Reiner being surrounded and getting jumped on by all the Titans in the area. So no, Sash. And Sash says that there were so many things that could have happened, but if something did happen, then Eren wouldn't know what to do. And Sash says that how like Eren couldn't have possibly figured out a solution other than killing his own mother. And I think he asks Saint, oh, like, what would you have done if you were Eren in this situation? And Saint fucks up and says, I don't know. And then Sash immediately jumps on him and says, you see, bro, that's what I'm saying. That's my point. If you don't know, how do you expect Eren to know? Sash, being the douchebag that he is, gaslighting Saint when literally Eren could have done anything other than kill his own mother.
Yes, but everything would be different at that point.
And how would they? I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Like the entire. That's what I'm saying. You know how you're getting confused right now? Do you know how you're getting confused right now in terms of like what would happen, like all the different possibilities and shit?
Yeah, bro. Bro, nobody knows that shit. That's what I'm saying. So it doesn't make sense for him to have said that. And the problem is that's where the problem lies. Is what purpose? Explain to me. Maybe I missed something, but explain to me the reason as to why he confronted Reiner about his mom dying if he knew he was the one who did it. If he knew he was the one who did it, why would he confront Reiner about it? Why? Why would he confront Reiner about it? He shouldn't even have brought it up. That's what I'm saying. That's why it doesn't make sense. He shouldn't even have brought it up. He should. What should have happened there is he shouldn't even have brought up the mission. He shouldn't even have brought up anything. He should have just said, you know, you came over here, you tried to stop it. I'm just here to do exactly what you did to us. End of discussion. Reiner's guilt wasn't in turn of killing Eren's mom. Reiner's guilt was the fact that he went over there, stayed over there, pretended to be their friend, which he turned out to be, figured out that they were good people, and he was guilted over there. He was feeling guilty because he felt as though he was killing innocent lives, in which he was. So that makes sense. His story makes sense. But the fact of you confronting him about killing your mother when you know damn well you did it, that's stupid. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. That's bad writing. That's terrible writing. Terrible fucking writing.
That's what would Eren be if we're talking about him functionally. Like, all these things had happened. All these things, like,
you know what Eren could have done? Instead of controlling Dina and changing her direction, he could have left Dina to eat Bearhole and then control all the other Titans in the area and eat Reiner and Annie. There was no way for Reiner and Annie to escape. There was no way. Eren could have easily gotten all the Titans in the area and just make them focus on Reiner. And you know what would happen? Dina, someone with royal blood, now becomes a Titan, the Colossal Titan, and some other randos become the Armor Titan and the Female Titan. While this is going on, at this very moment, or at least like kind of in this very moment, Grisha is currently slaughtering, the entire Reese family, and he's eating Frida and gaining the Founding Titan. So Parody now only has 2 Titans, the Attack Titan and the Founding Titan. They now have 3 more, the Colossal, Armored, and Female. And more importantly, they have the Founder and the Titan with royal blood. Eren could have made it to where Grisha and Dina interact, and the story goes from there. He literally could have done that or anything else. Hey. But according to Sash, Eren killing his own mom is perfect writing because if Eren would have done anything else, it would have been bad. And that's all he says. It would have been bad. Eren couldn't have possibly known. So yeah, he kills his mom instead. Amazing.
Yeah, he just made a valid point there. He could have done any other thing, like he said. If he could have done so many other things. So it's not really confusing. He could have done other things. He didn't have to have Dina. If he had that much power, excuse me, if he had that much power to have Dina go eat his mom, then he could have had the power to turn all them other Titans away. Could he not? No? Okay. All right.
He could have saved his mom, saved the people of Shinganshina. And it's crazy because remember in the beginning when I said that Sash has a psychotic take? I'm about to explain the psychotic take of his. So Sash says that the biggest traumatic moments of Eren's life is seeing his mom get eaten in front of him and the whole syringe thing with his dad. So he says that those are the 2 most traumatic moments of Eren's life. And he goes on to explain this whole nature and nurture thing. So he takes that and somehow tries to argue that because Eren suffered these traumatic moments as a kid, now in the future as an adult, because Eren suffered those traumatic moments, he's now going to be the cause of those traumatic moments to himself because of nature and nurture. And he says this like it's brilliant writing.
Basically, the Dina thing, you know how Eren's supposed to be a component of nature, right? In the story? Like, his nature is the reason he does things.
I guess, bro.
But do you agree with that or not? Like,
I don't understand what you're saying. What do you mean he's
Eren's supposed to be a nature, like, he does things because that's how he was born. I've always been this way.
Yeah.
This is who I am.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so he's like that, but of course everyone is impacted by their environment to some extent, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what Isayama does in the writing way, which is amazing, is he gets the 2 biggest influences, the 2 biggest factors of his trauma, which is Grisha's serum and his mother getting eaten, and making them an extension of something he's done. So he influences them in some way. So he becomes the main factor in his own environment, which means that it's his nature overriding every single time.
Let me repeat that. Sash says that...
What is he talking about? See, this is what bruh, shut up. like, god damn, bro. Like, you want to be respectful, but god damn, bro. You just, Roy, you went to the moon on that one, buddy. You went to planet 2457882, whatever. You went all the way out the galaxy on that one. What the fuck are you talking about, man? The story is not that. You're going way, way too deep, buddy. This man talking about nature versus nurture and ideologies and Tao of Jeet Kune Do philosophies and bro, that has nothing to do with what's going on, bro. He didn't do none of that shit. Eren just experienced these issues and that was it. You going way too motherfucking far, bro. Way too far, dude. Way too fucking far. The only thing only mantra that Eren stuck by was that he believed that every single person had the right to freedom based on the mere fact that they were born. That's what he went with. That was his whole thing, which I myself believe as well. Everybody has the right to freedom to do whatever they want, whenever they want, just because they were born. Will there be consequences to certain actions you take? Like if I go out there, you go out there and you murder a bunch of people and you take lives, okay, yeah, there's going to be consequences. However, you still have the freedom to do it. So I do agree with that. But what I am saying is that has been his whole mantra. That ain't got nothing to do with him getting the serum, and that's trauma. His dad's trauma that just warped him to, he's now trauma and nature mixed together and combined. This motherfucker isn't a goddamn Zoid or Zord from fucking Power Rangers, bro. Or Captain Planet. With his powers combined, he becomes Eren Yeager from trauma and drama and hurt and all this. He's now that. Like, bro, chill out, my guy. Chill out.
Eren causing his mother to die, making his dad give him the attack titan. The two most traumatic moments of Eren's life. Sash says that that's great writing and perfect writing because Eren is influenced by his environment and he grew up traumatized. So now in the future, when he has the ability to change that, he instead goes, no, I'm gonna traumatize myself. Eren traumatized himself again after experiencing those traumatic moments. Eren is the reason for his trauma. That is what Sash is saying. Eren is the reason for his trauma. Like I said, completely psychotic. And then this is gonna be the last point. So they start arguing about how Eren said that he didn't want to leave the island to chance because if he did that, there would be no guarantee of the island surviving. Which is why Eren does the rumbling, because he wants to ensure the guaranteed safety of parity. Which is why 139 is a retcon of this plot point. Because Eren literally puts the fate parity in Armin's hands on the chance that Armin will somehow save parity or guarantee their safety. So yeah, retcon. And Saint says this, but Sash argues that according to Eren, Armin is not a chance. Armin is a guarantee.
He said he did not want to leave the island to chance, which is exactly
he doesn't
what
leave
he
it
did.
to chance. He leaves
He does
Armin.
leave it to chance. It's
No, he
chance.
doesn't.
It's a chance.
That's not his view of Armin is not chance.
Chance is not guaranteed.
His view of Armin is not chance.
What?
Never has been. His view of Armin is not chance. It never has been.
Chance, which is why he rumbled in the first place. Why didn't he just believe in Armin's?
Which makes zero sense, because if that was true, if Eren really did see Armin as a guarantee and not a chance, then Eren would not have done the rumbling. If Eren
End of discussion. End of discussion right there. That is the most stupidest point I've heard on this entire thing. How in the fuck are you going to tell me that Eren saw Armin as a guaranteed way to victory when he himself was searching for so many different options to try to stop doing what he wanted to do? He did not want to do that. He clearly did not. Chapter 131 clearly shows that this man did not want to kill all these people. He still had a heart. He still had a soul, if you will. He understood that and he was like, nah, I don't want to do this. I don't want to kill all these people, man. Y'all need to find another motherfucking way. I can't sit up here and have Historia be a baby factory and keep producing babies all the time just because we can do this partial rumbling. Look, I don't even want to do that. What else you got for me, Hanji? Y'all need to figure this shit out. I don't want to do that. What you got? Instead of doing all that, if he thought Armin was just this savior of the humanity, he should have just gave it to Armin and said, Armin, hey, look, bro, let me tell you something. I trust in you so much. I see you as the guaranteed way of victory. So I need you to tell everybody and to change their mind. Go. That's what he should have done. And guess what? Boom, bombardment, war, death. Everybody would have died if he would have done that. Everybody on Paradise would have died if he would have done it that way. So that's dumb. That's a dumb fucking take. Once again, bro, no, this man did not see Armin as a guaranteed save point or whatever. A guaranteed victory. An ace in a hole, if you will. He didn't see him that way. No, he did not. He did not know. They didn't. It was a chance, bro. Because if he viewed him in that way, he would not have made the choice to do the rumbling to begin with. He would have just stopped it there. He would have told Armin the plan and everything. He would told Armin everything. Instead of telling Flock, he would told it to Armin. He would say, hey Armin, let me let you in on this. Because that's what I need you to do. I trust you so much, I need you to go to Marley and convince these motherfuckers to leave us alone. Because I know you can do that. No, he didn't. He didn't. He did not see that motherfucker as a guarantee. Clearly. If he saw him as a guarantee, when they were at that summit, that UN looking summit, the United Nations summit, where he walked out and they were like, we didn't see him again, he would have told Armin to speak. He would say, hey, oh, Miss Azumabuto, hey, this is my guarantee right here. This is my boy right here. He got it. He gonna convince all these motherfuckers that we are good. He didn't.
Really trusted Armin. If he saw Armin as a guarantee, then why did Eren not follow Armin since the beginning? Why at no point post-time skip does Eren say, you know what, Armin? I don't know what to do. But you know what, Armin? I trust you. I believe in your judgment. Whatever plan you got or whatever no plan you got, anything you say, we'll do. At no point does Eren say that. And Satch tries to bring up this one moment back in the first arc with the cannons. Eren is like, oh, Armin, I trust you. Go speak to them. He tries to bring that up as evidence that Eren still completely trusts Armin and doesn't see him as chance. And instead sees him as a guarantee. Eren literally doesn't even want to talk to Armin. Like, Armin has no plan. Zero plan.
No, nothing.
Like the jealousy between Eren and Hanji. Eren is telling her, like, pleading with her, tell me, do you have a plan? Let me know. But they don't.
I didn't, look, I promise y'all, I promise you all, I did not watch this. I didn't know Odin was actually going to say the exact same point that I did. Me and Odin aren't in cahoots. I promise you that. I shout Odin out. Me and Odin never talked. Me and Odin never chatted. Nothing. Right? But this goes to show you the wavelength that the people who disliked the ending are on. We're on the same wavelength. We're on the same wavelength. Because he literally just pointed out the exact same point that I just made. The exact same one. He would not have played with Hanji in terms of saying, hey, find another way. Find another alternative. Find another option. Please find another way. He would not have done that. He wouldn't have done that and been like, hey, you know what I'm saying? We're not finna sacrifice the story. Find another way. If that was all that shit wouldn't even have happened. Because old boy would have just been like, hey, man, we got Armin, man. Armin's the key. Armin, take over. What you got? And he would just stare at him just like that. That's what he done. He would look at Armin just like this. Hey, Armin, what you got? Huh? What you got for me? That's what he would have done. He would look at Armin like that. That's what he would have done. But he didn't. Because he didn't see him as a guaranteed victory. Oh, Lord have mercy.
No one does. Armin especially doesn't. So Eren doesn't view Armin as a guarantee to Paradise's safety. Eren literally says that when he's walking around Marley, when he realizes he's going to do the rumbling, when he says they're all going to die. No, I'm going to kill them. Yes, that's what's going to happen. It must be that we never found a way for Paradise to survive. Eren literally says that. He acknowledges that they have not found a way for Paradise to survive.
I mean, what more do we have to say here? What more do we have to say to that asinine point? He did not see Armin as a key to victory. He did not see it that way. He wanted to find every other alternative in order for that. He did not see it that way. He didn't. So since he didn't see him that way, he had no other alternative but to kill them all. He didn't want to, but he did. Come on, bro.
5. There is no talking. Armin has no plan. Hanji has no plan. Nobody has a plan to
Nobody.
guarantee parity to safety. Instead of the rumbling. In chapter 133, Eren literally tells Armin there is no reason for them to talk. Armin wants to talk, but Eren doesn't. You know why? Because he doesn't trust Armin to guarantee parity to safety. If he did, he would have been like, you know what, Armin? Let me hear you out. Or, do you have a plan? Or, what should we do? But according to Sash, Eren views Armin as a guarantee to secure the safety of parity because according to Sash, the Tiber family set precedent that showed Eren that, yes, Armin can guarantee the safety of parity. He tries to equate the Tibers and Armin because the Tibers controlled the Marleyan government, and Sash says that, oh, that was precedent as to how Armin can guarantee the safety of parity. And that is a complete false equivalency. And how Sash doesn't realize that and doesn't see that as a bad plot point.
What? What is he talking about? How is he saying that? What? Bro, I'm getting confused, bro. I feel, bro.
Chapter 139 is just astonishing. The only similarity that the Tibers have to the Alliance is that they directly went against the people of Eldia. The Tibers went against the people of Eldia and want to go up to Marlians, and the Alliance are going against the Eldians and saving the world. And he thinks that constitutes enough to make an equivalency between the Tibers and Armin and the Alliance. But here's why. They're not the same. The Tibers literally do not care for the people of parity. For the 100 years that the Tibers are in control of the Marleyan government, or how many years they're in control, I don't know. But literally, while the Tibers are in control of the Marleyan government, Eldians are kept in concentration camps in Marleyan ghettos and around the world. By the way, Sash says that the Tibers are in control of propaganda around the world. So while Tibers are in control of the Marleyan government, they're literally letting Eldians, their fellow Eldians, be enslaved, murdered, used as titans, be dehumanized, they live in ghettos, and they're forced into war. The Tibers would have been no different than any other figurehead in the Marleyan government. If it was just like a regular Marleyan king and queen or government, they would have been doing the same thing that the Tibers are doing. The Tibers do not care about parity. They are not advocating for a peace treaty of parity. They are not advocating for a resolve or a solution. For the past 100 years, ever since Karl Fritz went to parity and hid behind walls, the Tibers at the Marleyan government and the outside world propagate hate against the Eldians. Armin is different because he wants a solution, a peace treaty between parity and the outside world. Do you know how the Tiber family worked? Because everyone had a collective hate against the Paradisians and the Eldians. It was literally the world against parity. With Armin, he wants them to come together.
It was a literal combination of hate. Hence why, again, as I said in that little, I guess, United Nations meeting when they first went over there, and they were with the Azumabuto clan, and they let them kind of infiltrate into the meeting to see if somebody would kind of, I guess, support and be on their behalf and be their spokesperson. They wasn't. Everybody was against them. Everybody. Nobody liked them. Everybody hated them. Everybody saw them as the devils and this, and that. So, I mean, that's what it was. But yes, Armin wants a peace treaty. Armin wants like, hey, here's a peace treaty between us. You know what I'm saying? Here's this, here's that. That's what Armin wants. You know what I'm saying? So.
After Eren literally killed 80% of the entire world. And somehow they believe the world will not hate them. They believe the world will not want to kill them. Eren really believes that Armin is a guarantee. Well, we know he doesn't. Because literally everything before 139 tells us that Eren didn't trust Armin. He didn't believe in Armin. Armin didn't even have a plan. Again, in 131, Eren says, damn. It must be that we never found a way for parity to survive. But according to Sash, Eren saw Armin as a guarantee because the Tibers set precedent when, as I just explained, the Tibers and the Alliance are two completely different things. And to equate them just does not make sense. I do not know how Sash thinks that makes sense. He tries to argue that, oh, it makes sense to Eren. But Sash, it doesn't matter if it makes sense to Eren. It didn't make sense in the story. Come on, Sash. Be better. And yeah, guys, that's the end of the video. If I do gotta say one thing though, I really wish, and I'm actually really disappointed in Sash and Saint. I'm really upset that they didn't make out. I wanted to see them kiss. I wanted to see them make up. I wanted to see them make out. You know, just a little type shit. You know what I mean? That's what I wanted, but unfortunately, we didn't get that. But yeah, guys, I love you all. Really long video, but I had to go point by point on Sash's arguments because I want to show how they're just wrong and flawed, and just point out how it doesn't make sense. But yeah, guys, I love all of you. If I could kiss every single one of you, believe me, I would. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It would really help out my channel, and I would appreciate it immensely. Thank you, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a great video. That was a great video. That was a very good video. Yeah, that was a very good video. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with a lot of several points that were made, that Odin made. I really do agree with that. But I will honestly say, just to break it down and to kind of sum everything up, in terms of what I think from both Sash and Saint. From Saint's point of view, I can see that he was getting tired mentally. You know what I'm saying? I think the mental, the best phrase that they use, like the mental gymnastics, they were just a lot. And especially when it got to that point with him, with Sash, it was just so much going on. It was just so many different takes that was just happening at once. And he was saying certain things, and what he was trying to do, it was as if he was trying to throw Saint off by saying one point and then trying to say another point real quick and saying this, you know what I'm saying? And he was just stacking points on top of each other. And it was just a lot going on, where it was like, what the fuck is this? What is he talking about? And that's why if you notice throughout a lot of the things that Sash was saying, Saint was always like, what? Sure. Like, and that's the thing also. Sash was getting to the point to where he took Saint's condescension in terms of like, yeah, sure, his nonchalant answers as gold. Yes. So he said, yes, he do agree with me. But no, he was saying sure for you to continue your point. So he would make a point and be like, hey, so you remember the time when, Eren thought that he, ate a cookie, and he actually didn't eat a cookie, but then he got confused and thought he ate the cookie for real? Saying to be like, yeah, sure. That's what he said. He said, yeah, sure. But he's basically that tone, again, context matters. Tonality matters. Inflections in the voice matter. He wasn't like, yeah, you're absolutely right. Absolutely, I do remember that. No, he was like, sure, continue. Go ahead and make your point. That's in the realm of how he was. But I think that Sash mistook that as law. It's like, okay, he agrees with me. Great. You know what I'm saying? But I think Saint was making valid points, but I think what overall happened is that Sash kept adding and kept jumping through hoops and having Saint jump through all these different hoops and do all these different things, that it just got to the point to where Saint was just like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't even care. Fuck it. You're just making stuff up. You know what I'm saying? I think it got to that point. And you could tell that he was just getting just mentally worn. Like, oh my God. Like, okay, cool. To be honest with you, in terms of like a victor, of course, I think Saint won because Saint made more valid points. But I just think he just got tired. And he just was like, man, whatever. Just shut the fuck up already. Like, that's what it seemed like to me. You know what I'm saying? From my take of that. Now, from my point of take on Sash, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I think something's wrong with him. I'm just going to be honest with you. And what I mean by something's wrong with him, like, I think that I don't know if he read the same story. I don't even know if he read the manga. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. So most of the takes that he said didn't make sense to me. I think a lot of those takes that he was making and things that he was saying were in reference to just stuff in general that he wanted it to be. And so since he wanted it to be, he made it so. He made it to make sense to him, right? He wanted this to be the case, so I'm going to make it make sense to myself, right? Like, that's, to me, that's kind of where along the lines I think he went. He went that far. He went to the point to where it was just like, I want this to make sense. So for it to make sense, I'm going to go ahead and say this piece. And yeah, it makes sense. It's right. And I don't think, and in my opinion, I just don't think that that's healthy. Like, to be honest with you, I don't think that it's healthy. Because it doesn't, to me, appear, based off of this video, it doesn't appear that he himself knew what he was reading. And he was just making up a lot of stuff that would conflict with the point. Because it sounds cool to say the story was Eren and Eren created everything. So in order for that to be the case, I have to say that Eren was the influencer of Ymir to help her free the pigs. You see what I mean? You see how that kind of just, you made that up in your head, as they like to say, head canon. Like you created that scenario in your head because of the point you thought was cool was that Eren is the story. So since Eren is the story, man, look, he influenced her to free the pigs, man. You know what I'm saying? Like little things like that. That's off the top of my head. Like that's what it is. But all those points were just ridiculous. I mean, the biggest ridiculous point, as I said to me, is that you literally said that to Eren, Armin was a guarantee. That's not the case. Because again, as I said, and I reiterated, and I will reiterate, as I said earlier, now he didn't see him as that. Because if he did see him as that, he wouldn't have done the rumbling at all. He wouldn't have inquired about different ways to not do the rumble. He wouldn't have done any of that. As soon as they came up with the idea of like, hey, we need to have you do a half rumbling, and we're going to keep doing this over these years and just keep recycling baby after baby after baby and have Historia be a baby factory. He would have stopped it there and said, no, fuck that. That's a terrible idea. Armin got it. Y'all listen to Armin. That's what he would have done. He wouldn't even have went as far as he did as killing 80% of the population. He wouldn't even have went that far. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't have done it. Right? He would not have done it. So he clearly didn't see Armin as that, because again, per chapter 139, he didn't know what he was doing, right? He said everything was happening at the same time and at once and all this, so I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing. So if he didn't know what he was doing, and he apparently didn't have a coherent thought at that time, he clearly didn't think that Armin was the solution. Because if he thought that Armin was the solution, he wouldn't have tried to push them away. He wouldn't have tried to push them away and make them out to be the heroes or whatever. If he thought that Armin was the sole solution, he wouldn't even have done the rumbling to begin with. He would have told Armin the whole plan. He would have had Armin create the entire plan, and none of that shit would have happened. None of it. Just ridiculous takes, man. Like I said, it's just so reaching, just so outlandish, just so out there. Like it's not in reality here, man. I know we're reading fiction, but in a sense, we ourselves are in reality, so we need to ingest the story of fiction and relay it in a reality's perspective. Not in just making up shit and just being like, poof, this is what's happening here. And then we're like, oh, okay, yeah, you're right. That's not how that works, bro. That's not how it fucking works, man. So, again, my take on him, man, I just think that he needs to admit that he's wrong. He needs to admit, all ending defenders, just admit that things just didn't make sense. I think if you all honestly admitted that and was like, man, this shit just doesn't make sense. You know, some bullshit, just some bullshit in here. This doesn't make fucking sense. I think, again, as I said in the last video, we wouldn't even care. Because that's what happened in a lot of his other debates. A lot of people were like, yeah, man, you changed my mind, man. I can see it that way. You're absolutely right. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Because they themselves were like, yeah, you know what? That does sound kind of stupid. That does sound kind of ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? But oh boy, he couldn't do it. He couldn't admit it. He couldn't be like this. Because again, he's too busy trying to mix philosophy with the story. He's too busy trying to mix in, ancient tablets and scrolls and ruins from lost civilizations into Attack on Titan for it to make sense. Like, no. Just like Brown's Magic said, that I perfectly agree with. And this is just an ode to the first video that I said. She said it perfectly. If you have to go to these ancient scrolls and texts and go to outside sources just for the story to make sense, that means that whatever story that person was trying to convey is a bad story. If I have to get an outside source story, an outside source thing for you to interpret the story that I tried to present to you, that means I did a terrible job at conveying the message of the story. That's what she said. And she's absolutely right. So, yeah. But other than that, man, look, that's going to wrap it up for me, guys. That was a fantastic little series. I thoroughly enjoyed. I'm going to continue this. There are a lot of other videos, a lot of other content of Attack on Titan that I can tackle and I can react to and give my take on as well. I have a few of them set up already. If there's a video that you guys have been very active in the comment section, and I really do appreciate that, those that are in there. Send me a video if y'all want me to react to a video that you may seen or you have a particular take on. You want me to react to it. I will definitely react to it, and I'll post it on here on YouTube. Because that'll be awesome, man. Y'all can contribute, and then we can have a dialogue and a discourse about it. I would definitely love to do that. I got a couple of lined up that I do want to react to and that I want to watch from other creators that I saw that posted. So I'm going to do that as well. But this was fun. This was great. Guys, remember to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and also to comment. And most importantly, guys, share this. Share this amongst anybody you know, and let them know about it and keep it so forth and so on. You know what I'm saying? The best way to get something out there is through word of mouth. So if you guys can share the video, that would be great. If you guys can subscribe, that would be great. And all the reason more to do those things is because it's free. Doesn't cost you a dime. It doesn't cost you anything. But yeah, I definitely appreciate it, guys. I'll see you guys in the next video that comes up. So be on the lookout for that. Y'all have a good fucking day. I'm out.